What is up, everybody? Um, I am 9 days out. It is September 3rd, 1 p.m., and I have one meal left in the day. I don't know if you can tell by my enthusiasm, but today is day 3 of carb cycling, so I have had less than 50 grams of carbs for the last 3 days, and tomorrow I get to refeed 350. So 9 times, right? Yeah, 9 times the amount of carbs that I've had the past couple days, and it's exciting. It's almost done. This whole thing is almost done. But I guess kind of the goal of today's video is to kind of just do a little check-in. So if you've ever thought about competing in bodybuilding, or you have competed in bodybuilding, or even just want to know more about the process, this hopefully this video is either can help you out or is relatable. But I'm kind of just gonna talk about what the experience has been so far, pros and cons, things that I've done to help maintain my mental state, maintain energy, keep my health in check. Especially because bodybuilding is just not a healthy sport. Um, it's just not. It's one of the only groups of people that work out to become less healthy. So it's it's a funny little, yeah, it's funny. I mean, for the most part, this whole process has been a journey. Um, I did not. I was not planning on doing this show. In fact, I should be around 10 weeks out today. Um, for the Sean Ray in November, which I'm still gonna go to. I'm not sure if I'm gonna compete in it. Probably not. Um, I think after this show is done, I'm gonna go right back into just main gaining, just kind of a little bit of a bulk. Not trying to put on too much body fat, but the goal is to put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle before I compete next. So whenever that may be, not sure. But that way, next time I compete, it'll be in classic physique and not men's physique. But I might do both. I might do both. We'll see. But obviously, for me, when I'm in a 900 calorie deficit, with doing more cardio, with doing more cardio than I have in the past year, tenfold, because I was kind of dumb and didn't do cardio in my off season, which is yeah, kind of just the first tip for you guys. Do year round cardio, whether that's 15, 20 minutes before your workout or after, or in the morning fasted, or even at night, just to keep your cardiovascular health there. That way, when you do start dieting down for a show, when you're trying to be in that zone 2 cardio, which is the best for burning body fat, that zone 2 cardio, you should burn around 3 times your body weight within an hour, which is around 600 calories, for me. And I wasn't able to do that for a while. My zone 2 cardio, I was only able to burn 400 to 500 within an hour, and that was the most that I could do because I was out of cardiovascular shape. So if your goal is to compete one day, or even if you are in your off season right now, this is just kind of your reminder to do your cardio, do your year-round cardio. Even if it seems unimportant, helps you stay a little bit leaner, helps you stay in better shape, and it also helps with your workouts. The better your cardiovascular state is, the the better the better your workouts will be. Just because the rest periods aren't as bad. During the sets, you're not going to be as out of breath. You're not going to be as gassed afterwards, which kind of just helps you recover throughout the set and throughout the workout. Number 2 is water. Um, the amount of water that you need to drink if you are trying to gain weight, lose weight, bodybuilding, any sort of sport, just whatever it may be, whatever water you're drinking right now, whatever amount that is, double it, and I promise you, you will whatever it is, double it, and I promise you, you will see nothing but positives from that. Obviously, if you're already drinking 2 gallons of water a day, don't double it. But even if you're drinking one, make it 1.5. But I highly, highly doubt that a lot of you guys are drinking any more than half a gallon of water a day. Um, you know, if you are drinking a gallon, like I said, make it 1.5, make it 2. You'll see the effects over time. Yeah, you'll piss a lot more, but when it comes to recovery, when it comes to sleep, when it comes to being hydrated, when it comes to just feeling good, the more water you drink, the better. And then kind of tip number 3 is, it might be a little bit more niche. So if this is you, then I hope this helps you out. But if it's not, just ignore this, I guess. The way that I would work out in my off season was I would just push heavy weight most of the time. Like I would just do heavy rows, 365, just pick it up and start swinging it around. I'd focus on contracting and controlling everything, but like once you start to get into a dieting phase where your strength is going down and diminishing, that style of training is really hard to keep up. And then it'll just ultimately it'll ultimately lead to you losing muscle, more and more muscle than you would if you were to keep the training style consistent. So the way that you keep muscle when you're cutting is the way that you gained it while you were bulking. That's kind of the rule of thumb. So for me, I feel like I've suffered a little bit from that. I haven't lost all too much muscle at all, really, but with how aggressive the cut has been, I have lost a little bit. But that's only because I was trying to get in shape for the show within 8 weeks. So this was a very much like split decision. Like it was kind of out of nowhere, where I was like talking to people at my gym, and my coach was helping me out. I was like, "Do you think that I could be ready for this show in like four weeks?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it then." So the last like 5 weeks has been really just been kicked into gear. So with that has come a lot of physical and mental suffering, which is required. Like I said, I'm in a 900 calorie deficit. I'm doing hour and 10 minutes of cardio in the morning, 30 to 45 minutes post workout every day, and then also walking three miles at night most every day too. So getting the steps in, getting the cardio in, barely eating anything. If you guys have been watching for a while, or you'll know that I was eating like near 6,000 calories in my bowl, and right now I'm eating a solid 1,650, and I think that's enough said. Especially with the carb intake and the calorie intake, it's nowhere near enough. Especially like I said, since I haven't been doing year-round cardio, and if I had been doing year-round cardio, this calorie deficit wouldn't be affecting me as much as it is. Oh, another tip. Do not make the mistake of buying all the foods that you want to eat post-show when you're still 11 days out, because that was the worst decision that I could possibly have thought of. I don't know why I thought it was such a great idea. All I know is that I kept thinking about everything that I was going to have post-show, and in my mind, I go out and get all of it, and I see it, and I can use that as motivation to not cheat. I really don't know what my thought process was at all. Like, no clue, because that's not what happened. As soon as I had all that stuff laid out in front of me, I could for some reason taste every single one just by looking at it. And that's, not necessarily a good thing, because I never wanted to cheat more on my diet than when I had all that stuff laid out in front of me. So it is now hidden somewhere where I don't even know where it is, not because I hid it from myself, but because that's another thing. I lose stuff constantly. I left AirPods on the top of my car for the entirety of the drive home from the gym, and they still managed to stay on top of the car. No idea. This morning, went to the gym 5 a.m., did my cardio, did my workout, did my post-workout cardio. Forgot where I parked. I looked for where I parked for like 25 minutes. No clue. I don't know. phone in the fridge the other day for about 15 minutes and even went down to my car to look for it, and then came back and was backtracking everything. And I guess I was using the light on my phone to look for stuff, and when I took something out of the fridge, I just put my phone in there instead. So prep brain is definitely a real thing, and I haven't figured out a great way to keep track of everything when it comes to that yet. So if you guys have any advice for that, but if not, and you experience that one day, trust me, it is normal. It sucks, but it's normal. In the beginning, I was very focused on doing it myself. Like, I was confident. I didn't want a coach. I didn't want guidance. I wanted to go through this whole entire experience myself. And now looking back, if I didn't have the people around me helping me the way they are, I would be in a very different position mentally and probably physically as well. Because like I said, those things go hand in hand. So if you're ever thinking about doing a show without a coach or without guidance like that, definitely reconsider. Because the way that you view yourself, especially, just during prep, a couple weeks out, is going to be very different than probably how you actually look. And having someone outside of you to help judge and to help compare, day-to-day progress is absolutely crucial, especially when it comes to manipulating carbs, calories, your workouts, your cardio, whatever that may be, or even just posing. If you're just going and doing posing on your own, you're not going to see everything else that everybody else would see. So just having, at least one person to help you out with those things is absolutely crucial when it comes to this process. So I like it. You have high aspirations and you want to do it yourself, and trust me, I did too. And I am very happy that I went with the decision to accept help from other people, because I feel like if I didn't do that, then like I said, I would not be where I'm at. The reason why I chose to do men's physique this show instead of classic physique is because I kind of just knew that I was not going to be able to get as lean as I would like to get. And what I mean by that is like just absolutely peeled, striated glutes, like everything just as lean as I could possibly get. And I was not going to get anywhere near that this show. Even if I had a couple more weeks to diet down a little bit more, that to me would be amazing. But obviously that's not the case, so I kind of just keep that, out of sight, out of mind, because, we're 9 days out, we're not a couple weeks out. So we really only have 1 week left of cardio and training left. And then those 2 days prior is just going to be relaxed days. Originally, when I did the Sean Ray, I was going to do classic physique and open bodybuilding. I wasn't going to do men's physique at all. So just all of my plans got switched and changed, which happens and has thrown me off a little bit. But again, it is what it is, and it's happening the way it's happening. And we're just doing the best with it that we can. And that's another thing with prep. 90% of the way that you want things to go, it's not going to go that way. With how you feel, with how you look, with how you think that you'll be able to manage cravings. Like sometimes you're going to forget stuff at the grocery store, or you're going to come home, you're going to be missing something. You're going to accidentally weigh something out in grams instead of ounces, like stuff like that happens. And you kind of just have to be able to, brush it off your shoulder and keep going, because that's just how this prep goes. With prep brain and everything, you're gonna forget, and it's gonna suck. But I am tired. I feel like taking a nap right now. So I'm just gonna end that there. If you guys have any questions about prep or this process at all, or if you have any advice for me with helping out with those cravings, or even just getting a little bit of that energy boost, especially because right now I'm not allowed to have powders or anything else of that nature, please let me know as well. But if you guys like this format of content, I haven't really done this before, just let me know. But that's going to be it.